You've been too soft for too long. You walk like the world owes you mercy. You speak like the battle's already won. But look around. Your life is proof that you haven't even started fighting. You think you're alive because your heart is beating? Wrong. You're breathing, but you're dead on the inside. Because nothing grows in comfort. Nothing burns in laziness. Nothing rises in safety. The devils, they don't fear the average. They feast on the weak. They laugh at the passive. They only freeze when a weapon walks in wearing your skin. But right now, you're just another civilian wearing armor he never earned. Stop pretending. Stop playing tough behind a cracked screen, flexing on apps while real warriors are bleeding in silence. You want strength? Then earn it. Bleed for it. Fight for it. Suffer for it. You want people to respect you? Then don't ask for it. Command it. Walk like you've been broken and rebuilt from the bones up. Stand like your spine was forged in fire. Speak like your voice was sharpened in war. Because respect isn't given, it's taken. And the battlefield of life doesn't bow for the kind-hearted dreamer. It salutes the savage that never quits, the dog that gets up even after its legs are shattered, the monster that walks through hell and comes out smiling. Let me be brutally honest. No one's coming to save you. Not your family, not your friends. Not fate, not luck, it's just you. And the war you keep running from, and you've been running long enough, haven't you? You hide behind "I'm tired." You curl up in excuses like blankets. You wait for a sign, for motivation, for a better time. Let me break it down for you. Motivation is a lie. Inspiration is a lie. Time is a lie. All you've got is this moment, this pain, this battlefield, and your fists. So tell me, what the hell are you going to do with them? You were not born to blend in. You weren't made to stay silent while the world chews your name and spits it out. You were built to walk in like thunder. You were born to turn fear into a weapon. You were made to make devils freeze. But the version of you right now, he's not the one. He's too nice, too careful, too soft. And I say this with all the rage in my lungs. Kill that version. Bury him deep. Burn his weakness and rise. You don't deserve success. You earn it through pain. You carve it into your skin with effort. You inject it into your blood with repetition. You earn it when you stop being who they expect and become what they fear. So listen carefully. From now on, you don't enter rooms. You invade them. You don't talk. You declare war with every word. You don't walk. You stomp like a storm ready to destroy. And when they see you, they don't just notice you. They feel you. They whisper to each other, something just changed. And that's because you changed. You're no longer the boy hoping things get better. You're the beast that makes them better. You're no longer the girl waiting for respect. You're the storm that rips it from their throats. Let me repeat it. Even devils freeze when you enter the room, because they see the fire behind your dead eyes. They see the chaos stitched into your veins. They smell the scent of war on your breath. They know you're not here to talk. You're here to conquer. So wake up. Pick up your broken pieces, sharpen them into weapons, and walk in like vengeance dressed in skin. This world isn't fair, but neither are you. You are the dark horse, the one they thought wouldn't make it, the one they laughed at, doubted, dismissed. But here you are, still breathing, still dangerous, still rising. Now make them regret every second they overlooked you. Make the world remember that when you enter the room, even devils freeze. They lie to themselves every single day, and you might be one of them. They say, "I'm doing my best." Lie. You're doing what's comfortable. You're doing what feels like effort, but you know damn well your best is still miles away from the warpath. You say you're working hard? Really? Let's talk about hard. Hard is grinding while your body begs for sleep. Hard is showing up when your soul screams for escape. Hard is silence, isolation, rejection, humiliation, and still walking forward. That's hard, but most of you aren't doing hard. You're doing just enough to look busy. You want people to clap for your struggle? You want sympathy for showing up? Congratulations, you existed today. But did you dominate? Did you go to war with yourself? No? Then shut up about doing your best. You're lying. Not to me, to yourself. Here's the truth nobody dares to say out loud. The world doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your pain, your story, or your struggles. It only responds to your results. But what do? You post quotes. You retweet motivation. You make vision boards and call it grinding. You put ambition in your bio but don't have it in your bloodstream. You don't want success, you want the appearance of trying. You want the applause, the followers, the claps. But you're allergic to the actual war it takes to rise. You lie and say, it's not the right time. I just need a little more planning. I'll start after this week. Let me tell you something brutal. Perfect timing is a fairy tale. There is no perfect day, no ideal mood, no magical spark. There is only now. And now is being murdered by your hesitation. You say, I'm waiting to feel ready. Ready? Since when does a lion feel ready to hunt? Since when does a soldier feel ready to get shot at? You think conquerors waited to feel ready? No, they moved. They attacked. They bled. And they kept moving. Because readiness is a lie. It's the lie the scared tell themselves so they can sleep at night. The truth is this: you're not tired. You're undisciplined. You're not confused. You're avoiding. You're not unlucky. You're unwilling to fight until your lungs collapse. And here's what hurts the most. You already know all of this. Deep down, you know you've been playing small. You've been coasting through life, stuck in that lukewarm purgatory where failure doesn't kill you, but success never arrives either. You convince yourself you're working on it. But when nobody's watching, you scroll, you sleep in, you avoid the hard stuff, you fold the second it gets heavy, and you call it self-care. That's not self-care, that's self-sabotage dressed in bathrobes and dopamine. You say you want to be great? Then stop lying about what's holding you back. It's not your boss. It's not your past. It's not your environment. It's you. Your decisions. Your inaction. Your comfort. You are your own cage. You are your own oppressor. And the truth? You've worn those chains so long they started to feel like jewelry. But I'm here to rip them off, to shove the mirror in your face and ask you, why the hell are you so scared of being powerful? You fear success because it demands transformation. It demands sacrifice. It demands the death of your old self. And let's be honest, you've grown attached to your weakness, haven't you? It's familiar, it's predictable. It gives you an excuse to not try harder. It gives you something to blame. But that version of you, the lazy, distracted, excuse-making version, they have to die. Because every second you feed your lies, you bury your potential. Every time you choose distraction over discipline, you lose ground in the war. Every moment you hesitate, the enemy grows stronger, and the enemy is always watching. The enemy is every voice in your head telling you to give up. It's every comfort calling you back to the couch. It's every moment of pleasure stealing your fire. It's every lie you believe that says you'll never make it. So what are you going to do? Keep lying to yourself? Or are you going to burn the illusion to ash and step forward raw, real, and relentless? Because I'll tell you this, you can't lie your way into greatness. You fight your way there. One brutal, honest step at a time. The battlefield is in your mind, and right now it's flooded with myths. Burn them. I don't have time. Burn it. I'm not ready. Burn it. It's not the right moment. Burn it. Until nothing is left but action. Until nothing remains but fire and steel. This is not about being motivated. It's about being merciless with yourself. This is not about becoming better. It's about becoming unrecognizable. Let the world call you obsessed. Let them mock your grind. Let them say you're too intense. Because when the dust clears, and your name echoes in rooms you haven't entered yet, they'll remember the moment you stopped lying. The moment you woke up. The moment the devils started freezing because you were no longer one of them. You became their nightmare. Here's the raw truth. Nobody's coming to save you. No cavalry, no miracle, no lucky break. You were waiting for a handout. Life isn't a charity, it's a battlefield. And it doesn't care about your feelings, your prayers, or your dreams. It only respects one thing: power. And you've been walking around like power is optional, like effort is enough, like discipline is negotiable. You think you're in control, you're not. Not until you break the chains of comfort, weakness, and doubt. Let's get one thing straight. You are where you are because of you. Your decisions, your habits, your compromises, your damn excuses. That life you complain about, you built. It brick by brick, missed reps, skipped steps, delayed dreams. You laid every stone in your prison, then cried when it closed in on you. You want to know what keeps most people broke, tired, and mediocre? They run from pain. They dodge discomfort like it's poison. But here's the truth. Pain is the toll you pay to cross into power. Discomfort is the passport. Suffering is the currency. You think champions are lucky? You think beasts were born like this? No, they just refused to quit when it hurt. They chose fire over ease. They stayed in hell longer than the weak could tolerate. And what did hell do? It forged them. So don't cry about your struggles. Don't whine about how hard your journey is. If it's hard, good. That means you're on the right road. But most of you? You take detours the second the fire gets close. You drop your sword when the enemy stares back. You fold. You flinch. You flee. Then you wonder why your life's a cycle of almosts, maybes, and not quites. Because you never stood your ground. You never let the pain make you bulletproof. Let me paint it clearly. If your mind is soft, your life will be hard. If your mind is hard, your life will bend. So what's it going to be? You going to keep reacting like a victim? Or are you going to rise like a savage and reclaim your place on the throne? Because no one is handing it to you. No one gives kings crowns anymore. You take it, you bleed for it, you burn for it. And yeah, you'll be alone sometimes, you'll cry in silence, you'll doubt yourself. You'll want to quit more times than you can count. But here's the raw, jagged truth. No one cares, they're not coming, they don't owe you empathy. And if you think that's cruel, good. This message isn't for the weak. It's for the ones who are done making excuses, done hiding from their potential, done pretending that mediocrity is acceptable. Let me tell you what life respects. Discipline that doesn't flinch, grit that doesn't quit, focus so sharp it cuts through chaos. You've spent your life reacting to pressure. Now it's time you become the pressure. You were born with fire in your chest, but they trained it out of you, told you to behave, told you to play it safe, told you to be realistic. Screw realistic. Screw playing it safe. Safe is for slaves, realistic is for the dead. The truth is, you were built for war. But you've been living like a house pet. Tame, comfortable, domesticated. What happened to your fire? What happened to the rage that used to boil in your blood? You let life sedate it. You let convenience numb it. You traded your throne for likes, comfort, validation, and attention. And now you're starving. Starving for something real, something brutal, something that forces you to become what you were always meant to be. Let me give it to you straight. Greatness is not born in peace. It's hammered out in hell. Fire, steel, sweat, not fairy dust and visualization boards. If you want to rise, you need to be willing to die. Not physically, but spiritually, mentally, ego deep. The old you must perish. The soft you, the scared you, the maybe tomorrow you. You must walk into that fire and never crawl out the same. You think you've struggled? You haven't scratched the surface. You think you've suffered? Pain hasn't even introduced itself yet, but it will. And when it does, you have two options. Break. Become something that pain can no longer kill. Because pain is a teacher. It's a refiner. And it only respects those who don't beg for mercy. The world doesn't need another soft-spoken dreamer. It needs warriors, it needs monsters with purpose, it needs beasts with hearts of fire and fists of stone. And you, if you're still breathing, still angry, still unfinished, you've got a chance. Not to be liked, not to be followed, but to be remembered. And the price of that? Brutality, discipline, and the death of every damn excuse you've ever loved. So here's your truth. You either become the weapon, or the world will use you as its target. Choose. You think staying weak is safe? It's a death sentence. Not the kind that ends with a casket. Worse, the kind that traps you in a living hell. Every day looks the same. Every night you close your eyes and deep down you know. You're wasting your damn life. That's what weakness does. It rots you from the inside out. You wake up tired even though you did nothing. You laugh with people you hate. You smile while your soul is screaming. You tell yourself, maybe next year, maybe someday. But someday doesn't come for the weak, because life doesn't wait. It devours those who stall. You keep thinking you have time. But here's the brutal truth. Time is not your friend. It's your executioner. Every day you choose comfort over growth, excuses over effort, silence over action. That clock moves closer to zero. And when it hits, there are no redos, no resets, no mercy. You'll be stuck in a body that's too slow, in a mind that's too scared, in a life you didn't choose, because you were too damn afraid to suffer now. And that's the trick, isn't it? Weakness sells you a beautiful lie. Take it easy. Rest. You deserve it. No, you don't. Not yet. Not until you've earned it in blood. Not until you've suffered so much that rest feels like rebellion. But you want rewards without sacrifice. You want respect without resilience. You want success without going to war for it. That's why you're stuck. That's why you stay small. That's why nobody fears your name when you enter the room. Because you've been busy playing nice with your demons while the wolves outside sharpen their teeth. Let me ask you something. What do you think your life looks like in 5 years if you don't change? Close your eyes. See it. Feel it. Still broke? Still invisible? Still blaming the world? Still making TikToks while your rent is late? Still reposting quotes instead of becoming one? Still posting, praying, and pretending? Still watching other people win while your soul whispers, "That should have been me." Yeah, that's the hell you're choosing. And make no mistake, you're choosing it every time you skip the work, every time you lie to yourself, every time you say, tomorrow. Let's make this real. Let's talk about what weakness costs you. It costs you respect. You lose it from others. You lose it from yourself. You become the punchline in rooms you'll never hear. It costs you power. Weakness hands your future to people who don't give a damn about you. They'll control your paycheck, your time, your mind. They'll use your laziness as leverage. It costs you purpose. You were born for something, brutal and beautiful. But weakness will have you dying with your potential still inside you. That's the most violent crime. To live and die as a watered-down version of who you were born to be. It cost you peace, not the fake peace of avoiding conflict. I'm talking real, earned warrior peace. The kind that comes after pain. The kind that says, I've faced hell and came back owning it. Weakness will have you smiling in public and breaking in silence. It'll have you pretending everything's okay while everything's burning. And let's not sugarcoat it. If you stay soft, you lose. There's no middle ground. No participation trophies. This isn't kindergarten. It's war. And the battlefield doesn't care how kind you were. It cares if you showed up with scars and steel. Let me give it to you cold. You can't inspire anyone by being comfortable. You can't lead anyone by playing it safe. You can't build a legacy by folding under pressure. And if you've got kids, people who look up to you, your weakness becomes their inheritance. They watch you settle. They watch you give up. They learn from your silence. And when life hits them, they'll copy you. Is that what you want? To pass down fear like it's a family heirloom? Your softness doesn't just hurt you, it poisons everyone who watches you. So what now? You gonna cry? You gonna whine about how unfair it is? Or are you going to accept that life isn't supposed to be fair? It's supposed to be earned. Every inch, every step, every damn breath. This is where most people tap out. They hear the pain coming and they run. But you're still here. And that means something. That means there's still a piece of the savage inside you. Still a flicker of fire. Still a heartbeat that wants to tear the walls down and rebuild yourself from ash. Let it burn. Let that truth sear into your flesh. If you don't change, your life will punish you forever. There's no escape from the consequences, only delays. Every shortcut you take today becomes a chain tomorrow. Every excuse you love becomes a grave you dig with your own hands. So make a decision right now. You either suffer the pain of transformation or the torment of regret. But don't you dare pretend it's not a choice. Don't you dare lie to yourself again. Because the clock's ticking and death is patient, but your dreams aren't, and your legacy sure as hell isn't. You've seen what weakness gives you. Nothing. You've tasted what silence brings. Regret. You've lived in the shadows long enough. Now it's time to rip the damn veil off and step into the fire. Not to be consumed, but to be forged. Because listen closely. Fire doesn't destroy the real ones. It reveals them. The pain you've avoided, that's the gym for your soul. That's where warriors are made. That's where excuses are exiled and destinies are born. This is your rise, not some soft, fluffy, Instagram-worthy glow-up. No, this is a violent, unapologetic uprising of your true self. This is when you stop kneeling to your fears and start swinging like a savage. Because the same pressure that breaks cowards builds killers. And if you've survived this far, you're not weak. You've just been caged by comfort, tamed by distraction, numbed by routine. But now the lock's off, and what comes next is war. War against your laziness. War against your self-doubt. War against the parts of you that dare to stay small. You want to change? You want to rise? Then get this burned into your bones. You don't get stronger by waiting. You get stronger by hurting. And doing it anyway. You get up when it sucks. You push forward when no one claps. You show up when everything screams quit. Because that's when the beast is born. Not in the spotlight, in the silence, in the struggle, in the dark rooms where you scream but don't stop. That's the rise. It's not pretty. It's not viral. It's bloody, brutal, and built with broken pieces, but it's real. And let me tell you something else. The world doesn't give a damn about your dreams, but it will kneel to your results. It will respect what you earn, what you bleed for, what you fight for. You want that respect? Then rise like you've got a sword in your mouth and fire in your chest. Cut ties with weakness. Burn bridges to comfort. Disown your past self like a traitor, because they let you play small. They let you hesitate. They whispered lies in your head that told you it was okay to stay average. But this next version of you, he doesn't ask for permission. He doesn't negotiate with fear. He doesn't flinch when pain comes knocking. He opens the door and welcomes it in. Because he knows every hit makes him harder. Every scar makes him sharper. Every loss, a lesson. This version of you is not gentle. He's a goddamn storm. Unpredictable, unstoppable, and unapologetically hungry. So you've got two choices right now. Keep living the rerun of your failures, or step into the chaos and remake yourself through fire. And make no mistake, it's gonna hurt. But if it doesn't hurt, it doesn't change you. Growth isn't a vibe. It's a sacrifice. You give up who you were to become who you refuse to live without. And the world will hate it. They'll mock it. They'll laugh behind your back until you start winning. Then they'll shut up. Then they'll act like they always believed in you. But don't rise for them. Rise for the war inside you. For the nights you cried in silence. For the mornings you woke up feeling like trash but still showed up. For the younger version of you that dreamed big before life tried to shrink you. You owe that version of yourself a reckoning. Let me say that again. You don't owe your doubters a response. You don't owe your haters your time, you owe the younger you a goddamn war. He didn't survive all that pain for you to play it safe. He didn't walk through trauma, heartbreak, failure so you could post quotes and feel inspired. No, he fought to keep the dream alive. Now it's your turn to take the baton and burn the damn world down until it listens. So what do you do now? You rebuild, brick by brick, rep by rep, day by brutal, relentless day. No days off, no pity parties, no waiting for motivation. You become disciplined like death, focused like a sniper, hungry like you've been starved for a decade, because guess what? You have been. Starved of purpose, starved of power, starved of truth. Now it's time to feast. Time to earn the muscle. Time to build the empire. Time to become the myth they whisper about in rooms you haven't even entered. Yet no more soft steps. Stop. Break the damn ground with every move you make. This is your rise. And it won't be quiet. It won't be humble. It will be a roar that echoes across time. Enough reflection. Enough processing. Enough one day. Today is the day. Right now is the battlefield. Not tomorrow. Not when it feels good. Not when the stars align and your emotions are in sync. You go now. Because action doesn't wait for comfort. Action creates the storm that breaks comfort. And you're not built to coast, you were designed to conquer. So here it is, your final truth. No one is coming to save you. Let that sink into your bones. No mentor, no motivation, no miracle. Just you, your pain, your rage, and the weapon. You forge from it. This is your battlefield. And you are both the soldier and the general. So what do? You move, you act, you execute, you drag your excuses to the front line and you bury them one by one. You silence the voice that says, "You're not ready." You laugh in its face and move anyway. Because guess what? Readiness is a lie. Preparedness is earned through battle, not planning. Confidence is forged in motion, not in waiting. Let the world doubt you. Let them count you out. Let them whisper behind closed doors. But make damn sure that when your name leaves their lips, it comes out with fear. Because when you walk into a room, they better feel the shift, the silence, the weight of someone who didn't quit when life beat the hell out of him. That's your legacy now. No more apologies, no more soft energy, no more begging the world to believe in you. Become so undeniable they have no choice. You train like it's war. You grind like you're possessed. You show up when your legs scream and your lungs burn and your mind begs you to stop, and you don't, because you are not made of feelings. You are made of fire, grit, and scars. And scars are not shame, they are proof that you survived the battle. Now go start some more. This next chapter, you own it. You don't wait for permission. You don't check who's watching. You don't ask, what if I fail? You say, what if I dominate? What if I wake up the demon inside me and unleash hell? Because that's what it takes now. Relentless discipline. Savage execution. Zero emotion for comfort. 100% loyalty to the mission. They said you wouldn't make it? Good. Let their words fuel you. They laughed behind your back? Perfect. Let their doubt build your throne. They thought you'd break? Beautiful. Let your comeback make them wish they never tried. But listen carefully. All of that rage, all of that hunger, all of that potential, useless unless you act on it. So here's your command. Wake up early, while they sleep. Train your mind like a soldier. Discipline and motivation. Move even when your body screams no. Learn something every damn day. Cut off everything and everyone draining your fire. Be brutal with your time. Be loyal to the grind. And be deadly when it's execution time. You're not some soft, emotional passenger in life. You're the driver, the weapon, the storm. And when your journey ends, let the world say he didn't talk about it, he did it, he didn't dream it, he built it, he didn't hope. He took, he didn't wish. He waged war. This is your moment, this is your legacy. So move. Don't hesitate, don't doubt, don't plan for perfect. Don't wait to feel ready. Do it now, before the world buries you with regrets. Before your fire fades into ashes. Before your name becomes a whisper of what could have been. This is the command. Rise, fight, finish, become what they fear. Because when you enter the room, even the devils freeze.